Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
Thank you guys. Thank you. My goodness. Wow. You guys make so much noise for there being so few of you. It's so great to be here. It's good to be back at Lava Cantina. Welcome to the Rookie of the Year episode. We've been talking about this, guys, for so freaking long, right?
How long?
What?
How long was?
Yeah. By the way, I know that the intro said HE double hockey sticks. We are going to do everything in our power to make that the dirtiest word you hear tonight.
In our MFing power.
And right, that's right. You got to get right up on that.
Okay.
We're going to use a lot of acronyms this evening.
We're not going to do that because kids figure that out now.
I'll talk to you at 10 o'clock.
See you then. It's also going to be a little longer than an hour and a half because the movie is an hour and a half. So everybody order food and drinks and have a jolly good time. We stop periodically during the movie and talk to Thomas about the making of the movie and some other things about his amazing acting career. I know many of you are baseball players in the house. I've seen many of you play baseball. And you're all better than Thomas is in real life. Well, guys, how we doing? Eric, we're taking the summer off.
Yep.
This is our only show this summer, and that is episodes or anything.
And why is that? Because you're all over the world.
It's because I'm a world-famous rock and roll machine.
That's right. Doing the lighting.
I'm the light guy from Bowling for Soup, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and, but yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Since I could.
Really hot, nothing to do. I did sign up for a correspondence course in Introduction to Barbering. And I think so far, I'm a natural at it.
For those of you who aren't here, Eric has shaved his head and...
because it's hot. And... also, because it makes me look like Pitbull.
When you walked in with your shorts and your faded sport shirt on, I thought you were just some guy on a bike that wandered in to grab some water.
In here? Yeah.
You know?
I love this movie.
I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, well, here I am.
Are you having a good summer?
Not really.
Okay. Well, this is going great so far.
Ups and downs. It's real life.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to think of every excuse I can to not go to my son's soccer practices.
Oh my goodness!
Outdoors.
We'll talk about practices in just a second when we get to Amy. But yeah, well, I am glad to see you, sir.
Glad to see you.
I'm anxious to get back to work. We'll be rebranding the show. We'll launch again first week of September. So Sean and I have some work to do, and we haven't even started. All right. Hi, babe.
Hello.
Hello. I'm cutting out. That's not me doing it. You're looking at me like I'm tricking. I'm not. I didn't do that. I didn't do anything. It's just hello. Good job juggling the kids so you could be here, babe.
Thank you.
That was amazing on-the-spot parenting.
Thank you.
By you. And I'd ask you how you're doing, but I know already.
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I have the Prosper Braves here.
Yay!
Up there.
Prosper Braves in the house. We had a good season. They got to watch out for us this coming fall. That's for sure. Well, I'm glad you made it, babe. It's good to see you, and you're super pretty.
Hey, thanks.
Amy Bobamy.
Heyo.
You know, there's Eric complaining about one kid's soccer practice, and you have two kids in summer baseball.
That's right.
Yeah.
And my oldest does 2 practices a week, 2 hours each.
I'm going to be honest. That sounds terrible.
It's okay because I enjoy the other moms.
Do you actually get out of the car?
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't get out of the car. All these parents up here, no. When it's my turn to take them to practice, I sit in the air conditioning and I just do stuff on my phone.
No, because you know me. I'm the mom that actually gets out there. I'll sit in the chair and I'll actually cheer for them during the practice.
Oh, yeah, I don't do
You're
that.
doing great. That was a great hit.
When I'm around the other baseball parents, I act like I'm a mute.
I know that about you.
I don't say anything, ever.
Which is
Literally
so funny.
ever. Yeah.
It's a
I
little
do,
ironic.
however, I am the music guy for the Prosper
yeah.
Braves. And the kids get to pick their own songs. Isn't that right, guys? That's right.
I feel like that's a big contribution. It's why they're so successful.
Coaches, if I'm being honest.
You should be.
I am equally as
Wait,
important.
didn't you do walk-up music for the coaches?
I did, but when we
it
were
was
still
coach
doing
pitch?
kid pitch, our Coach Mike, his intro was about a minute and a half.
Yeah, it was
And
awkward.
all of the kids, they get 15 seconds. So,
I love it.
You know what's cool though is the songs that kids pick these days. Like you would think they would pick, I don't know, whatever I was about to swear, whatever's on the
See?
radio these days. But it's we have AC/DC, Guns N' Roses.
I wonder though, whenever Thunderstruck starts playing,
Oh,
like
man.
that was Dad.
I wonder that too, but we've got a thunder and then we've got these kids, man.
Everybody's got Boom.
They got I don't think we have Boom.
Oh, all right.
And my kid does right foot creep, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow, but I got to cut it off.
See,
before.
we've got a kid that you got to watch where it cuts, and you've got to, I mean, you don't only hear 3 words of the song because it just.
Yeah, we have a kid that has a heavy metal song from a band Motionless and One, and we only can play the 12 seconds of the song that don't have a bad word in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just the music.
It's the intro to
Right.
the music. Yeah,
Right.
the singer never says anything.
Well.
But he seems happy. Well, I'm glad we're getting everybody together. Sean, you want to chime in here?
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. I was actually going to let him say something, but
He just said it.
he doesn't
He said
care
everything he's
anyway.
going to say.
You know what? He doesn't care.
No.
Guys, so Thomas is back again. He came in December. We did American Pie. We had a great time. And we've become friends. And he came out of the road with Bowling for Soup for a few days and came home. Sunday was his birthday, so we had a nice birthday party. My wife did all of the decorations and the food arrangements before she left to go to Vegas. And for some reason, I have no idea what she did in Vegas. Apparently, it all stays there. But I'm excited for this episode. Let me just do a little bit of podcast business, and then we're going to get Thomas out here and get rocking. I almost said Bowling for Soup. Jared Goes to the Movies is a Patreon-driven podcast. All of our support does come from our Patreon supporters. You can go to patreon.com/Jared Goes to the Movies to become part of the winning team. Our producers are all at the $20 and up level, and they do include Ad Craner, Amy Strongbottom, Pitzinger, Andy Smith, Angie Thorne, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Casey King, Shell Ordway, Chris, the $12 Million Man Cranfill, Chris Jacobs, Corey Reed, Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Kendrick, David the Original Murray, Dennis Hopp, Denny Chambers, Diane Freaking Small, Dom Surfing Bird Petretta, Ernie Soulman McCracken, gosh darn it, Gage Strickland. See what I did? Already editing myself, guys. I'm kicking some butt over here. How about a round of applause for Mr. Jarrett, team? Come on. Thank you. Gregory Cordone, Greg Lee, Greg the Hammer Stevens, who I met on the Bowling for Soup tour, and he said, I just want to thank you. I've never had a nickname.
Didn't he give himself that nickname?
No, I gave it to him.
because
I just started calling him Greg the Hammer Stevens.
Yeah.
And he, this kid's stealing beer here. Kids, okay, the ice is fine. Oh my God! He almost clotheslined himself. Guys, everything's fine. A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, Jake Miltonberger, Dr. Jason Ellsworth, and Kidney Pete, who are right here to my right. I haven't got to say hello. Hey,
Hello.
Hey, you guys. How you doing, Kidney Pete?
Great, glad to be here.
Man, I know it's hot out here for you, buddy.
Yep.
Make sure and drink lots of water. Jeff Millman, Jeff Yeager, Effin' Joe Barlow, Rat Pack Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Josh Millman, MVP Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim Frosting on the Beater Murphy, who is also here tonight, Kirsty Fisher, Les Zaldor Zalewski, who also came to see Bowling for Soup on the tour, Lily Holohan, Lisa Sponsor, Lisa Winsa, Lusa Murray, Mandy Pretty, Melody Ortloff, Mike Leblanovitz, Mike Rochburns, Nick Brignoni, Paul Boyle. I didn't think you were going to do one. I forgot to take it off. Is that from the last episode? Well, the kids that are paying attention are probably like 10. That's probably fine. Paul Boyle, Rodon James, Rich Osborne, Robert Dirty Muffins O'Doyen, Ryan Clydesdale, Sarah the Undertaker DeAngelis, Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tom Murray, Trey Wren, Vinny Cataldo, Wendy What's the Matter, Woody Chambers, and Svi Hurst. Give it up for all of our amazing sponsors. We love you. We could never do this without you, and we so appreciate you. Guys, we are going to talk about the movie Rookie of the Year. I'm super excited about this one. This film came out in 1993. Do I have notes on this, Sean? They weren't here the other day when I looked, and it appears that since you're not getting paid this summer, you just decided not to do your job. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not there. Don't you do them? No, like, isn't there a thing that tells me, like, how much the movie costs and stuff? Why wouldn't you have done that? Okay, you are in trouble. All right, by the way, this is Sean, who does absolutely nothing for the podcast now. Well, I don't really have anything else to say.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen.
This movie came out in 1993, and it, of course, stars our good friend Thomas Ian Nicholas. Let's begin, Dusty. The movie Rookie of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Ian Nicholas.
Kevin really wants to score. He never gave sex before. Jim stuck on second base till apple pie replaced. Paul Finch is so refined. Oz the lacrosse guy. Stifler's feeling frail from the pale ale. Vicky wants I love you. Kevin's not so sure. Jeff says that it's just sex, not a launch of the space shuttle. And Jim got nudie bags and condoms from his dad. Sherman ate a lie about doing wild thing all night. After Pearl Jam, Green Day, way before the Coldplay, there was Third Eye, Tonic, and Blink-182 was new. These four friends just might get laid before their prom night. They're just not satisfied. 1999.
There he is.
Enough of the lip service. Kevin is over this. So they make
Oh my goodness. I can't fade it out. It's just, you got to turn it on. It's one of these new, you're going to be out of breath for the first segment now.
It's okay. I'm good.
That was so reminiscent of Anthony Michael Hall, except for all of your movements made sense. Yeah, you guys, Anthony Michael Hall, the first time he came, he was in a suit. He was so well behaved.
Yes, when we were recording Breakfast Club, yes, I seem to recall.
That's
Molly Ringwald.
Okay, and now Anthony Michael Hall when we did Weird Science. Oh no!
Hey, you guys! All right. Here's the thing about Weird Science.
He went up to the stage and he just goes, Jarrett? And I go, I'm down here, buddy. Where I always am.
Tossing hats.
Thomas, how you doing, man?
I'm good. You know, I didn't have a microphone, and you decided to play 1999,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yes, it is.
My parody of you.
Yeah, so Thomas did a parody of 1985. It just came out on Saturday called 1999, and it's all about the American Pie movie.
Which most of you kids are not allowed to see for about 15 years.
Right. Most of your parents watched it way too early, actually.
It's true. It's true. My kids will never be allowed to watch American Pie movies.
Yeah.
Ever.
You don't think? I think you're
Never.
okay. I think you come across really well in the first one.
I'm just saying they're going to have to watch it at their friend's place.
Yeah.
Not with me.
I'm in a few movies my kids can't see, but unfortunately, my mother found them. Yeah, so we don't go to Christmas. But anyway, now, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, Thomas's birthday. He came to town. We had a nice little birthday at my house. Now, let's talk about Rookie of the Year. Let's get into this because there's so many kids here that...
Can I just give some kudos to Casey for the decorations really quick?
Yes, of course you may. Yeah,
I haven't had
absolutely.
decorations like that in 12 years, so give it up for Casey!
Of course. You're so welcome.
She did a very good job. Give it up for me for not doing anything but being your friend.
Listen, you agreed to let me come and hang out at your house right after you were off of 3 weeks of tour.
That's right. Give it up for me.
I gave you like 5 times. I was like, Jared, I don't have to do it. I don't have to do it. I can go stay with someone else. I don't
We
want
got to talk about Rookie of the Year because, you know, you've already been here. We talked about American Pie before. We'll talk a little bit more of this song as we get into the day. But this movie happens, you're what, 12 years old?
Yes, I can get us right in the mode for Rookie of the Year. You
Let's
ready?
go.
All right, this you can use as a sound clip. What's this? Jarrett Goes to the Movies is bringing in their right fielder to do the podcast? And Riri, row, and gar, dur. There you go.
Very nice.
Now we're in the mode for Rookie of the Year.
Now we're in the mode. You were 12 years old?
I was 12 years old.
That delay thing that you do, there's an interesting story about that because you go around at Comic-Cons or whatever, you'll like do kids' names with it or whatever, but you said that you sort of ad-libbed that because you learned that from a former roommate of yours or something like that.
Yeah, my mom and I had a couple of roommates, and one of them was a stand-up comedian he could actually not only do the echo, but he could throw his voice. It would sound like it was coming from another room.
Right.
I never mastered that. I only
Right.
mastered the echo.
Sure. Oh
And
man,
so-
we're all, everybody's going, darn it, poor Amy right now is about to explode.
Don't
right
explode,
now.
Amy. You'll be all right.
No.
I have to pick up the mic. I have to turn it on. I need my Madonna mic right here.
No, we can't, we
know.
we're behaving today.
I'm trying really hard, but it was amazing because Thomas did that thing for my son, who is also named Henry, and I don't think his life will ever be the same. And I'm a little sad that I missed the encounter and the meeting because apparently it was amazing.
He was
Jared
pretty
just told me
stoked,
about
yeah,
it, and I
yeah.
got all teary-eyed.
You know, it's funny. I mean, I hear you do that in the movie, but it's such a big deal to people when you do it. And then I've seen you do it on the internet 1,000 times, and until I heard you do it in person, then I was like, okay, that sounds real. You know, like it's so good. Now, I wanted to ask you a little bit about the intro to this movie. We just saw this movie, and just saw the intro here. John Candy is here. Now, tell the fans a little bit about how much time John Candy was actually there.
Well, John Candy and his entire sequence of being the announcer was not in the original script. So they didn't decide to add that until 3 months later. They built that whole stage on the Fox studio lot. And I think Daniel Stern, the director, said a lot of it was ad-lib, just letting John Candy go at it.
It sort of seems like it. It's very SCTV, you know,
Yes.
like that looking over the shoulder, the whole talking to nobody, you know, coffee. Okay, forget the coffee, you know, you're just, that whole thing where it's like, that's a throw, this is the punchline kind of thing. Now I'm back to this idiot that I'm having a conversation with kind of thing.
Yeah, so I didn't meet him. He wasn't at the premiere. Obviously, he's uncredited in the film. It was only when the movie came out that I did a PSA spot with him, and I recorded it at his studio in Hollywood.
Wow.
And he had actually, you remember the movie Only the Lonely?
Of course.
So he bought the bar for like 12
Oh,
grand
wow.
from the set of Only the Lonely, and it was in the front room where he had like an arcade game. So I tried to beat the Donkey Kong high score against his son.
Right.
No Donkey Kong.
Okay, no Donkey Kong. Right. Okay, it's an inside joke. I see. We just watched a documentary, guys, called King of Kong. If you've never seen it, it's unbelievable. You guys got to watch it. It's amazing. Now, so here you are. You're 12 years old. We'll get back to the movie here shortly. I saw a video of you finding out you got this part. What was the process not quickly, but Reader's Digest version. Is that still a thing? What do you say if you want something to be compact now?
I would just give the Cliff Notes.
Like what?
The Cliff Notes.
Cold water?
In a nutshell.
Okay.
I think that one's still...
This is me.
In a nutshell.
Oh,
please help me.
All right, here we go. So tell me a bit about getting the part and then that video that I saw of you finding out.
You know, there's a little bit of a knowledge that you have or a foreshadow when your mom hands you the phone, says, "It's your agent," and in her other hand, she has a Hi8 movie camera.
It's like the NFL draft when the phone rings and they've already handed them a hat. You know?
So I kind of knew what was coming, but obviously I didn't really know.
Yeah.
And then I think the most ironic thing for me is for some reason I decided to, and no one probably sees this, you just see me jumping up and down. I was trying to touch the ceiling.
Right, you were 12.
Right.
Now, as we get into this, it seems like your voice is changing, like, during this movie. Is that a thing?
No, my voice never actually did that, but during that, metamorphosis and physiological time of, being prepubescent, I could make my voice crack.
Really? Yeah.
And so I would do it to be funny.
Right.
And Danny heard me do it, and he goes, yeah, that's it. We need more of that.
That's very cool. Like,
so
even in the
get done with the scene, he'd be like, no, we need more crackling.
More of that talking in that weird sort of spot in your throat that it's sort of like, oh, you did a really good job of that.
Thank you. Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
No,
I got too old for that.
Well, you can do the echo thing.
I could do the echo thing.
Well, let's jump into this amazing movie. We'll talk to you guys in about another 15 minutes. Let's restart the movie Rookie of the Year. We're glad you're here, Thomas.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for everyone being here as well.
Somebody just threw a frozen rope from the bleachers to home plate. That's got to be 435 feet. Thank it. Bring me that home.
Yay! Sorry. I was asking Sean something about, well, I can't say that on the microphone. So the cast that they had you in, was that just like a super easy thing for you to slip into?
No.
No, okay. Well,
it hurt.
It did.
So what they did was I got an actual fiberglass cast put on me, and then they sawed it off. But they had to saw it off in a way that it could be taken off and put on. So they sawed it like right along the inside.
Right.
Here, which is not how you would take a cast off. So then once I could slip my arm in and out of fiberglass cutting my arm, just a little bit. Then they wrapped it in plaster and then cut that so they could just replace one little piece of plaster along the inset to make it look like it was a cast.
Yeah, it seems like they would have known about paper mache in Hollywood back then, I
don't necessarily know why we did the cast that way. I don't think the child labor laws were enacted the same way in 92.
I mean, it needs to make an impact, though, as far as, like, the little comedy bits that come with it. So not many people get that particular cast,
It was...
my wife did. When she was younger. Casey, why don't you tell me about your casts that you wore?
I was in a body cast.
All the way up.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this from your mom at my birthday.
Of course. Oh, my God. I'm sure you've heard everything about my life in entirety from my mom at your birthday. I just wondered if the kind of the comedy of carried on through the set.
No. I mean, it was all just bits for the movie.
I just kind of feel like it'd be hard to walk through the set and people not be like, kind of pulling the same gags.
But when you have a prop like that, they're all over you, right? Like there's two dudes that are coming up to you when you're going in and out to make sure it's right. And
I mean, they would just kind of set it, and then it would sort of last.
Set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Setzen and vergessen.
right.
Yes. The only thing I remember from this scene is they gave me this like softer baseball to throw back, so that when it went by camera, I didn't break the camera accidentally.
Sure.
And I one time I remember I hit the first AD right in the chest.
Right.
And the props guy who was in charge of the cast didn't
Right.
like the first AD. So he came up to me and he goes, "I'll give you $20 if you do it again." Ironically, his name was Henry. It was very.
Did
very
you leave
weird.
with $20 or no?
I did not hit him again.
Man, you suck at that.
I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn
You
with
son
that
of a
ball.
gun.
It wasn't a real ball.
You're terrible at throwing at things.
I couldn't throw the high, stinky hamburger.
The cheese.
That was my attempt.
So I do have a question, but as I was watching this and as I was watching it on Sunday night, I don't think kids today, these kids these days, recognize that we are way past the golden age of little league coaches telling you just how bad you suck.
Calling you an imbecile.
Well, I don't know.
now
Coach
it's
Mike,
just-
do you want to chime in here? Or
Everyone's very supportive of everybody, and everybody's doing great, and we're here to have fun. But man, I remember. You must remember, Jarrett, because you're significantly older than I am.
I am. I talk about this all the time. Coaches, band directors, most of the time teachers. We lived a life of fear. I mean, church was all about fear. Everything, basically, everybody tried to scare you into performing better. You know.
Yeah, it was the worst.
Your
And as-
13-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah,
She was like, "You can't skate backwards." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a couple state
Gotcha.
in the opposite direction, and you can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But my question is, I was reading an article, probably in The Economist or something, maybe Good Housekeeping online. But and they were interviewing the cast from Winning Time, this HBO documentary about the 80s LA Lakers. And the guys were talking about how they had this 3-week boot camp with this basketball coach who just kind of put them through it. And then this guy was always on set telling them how bad they were at acting like they were playing basketball. And I wondered if on this movie, they've got a guy there telling you, Gary Busey, whoever else, how to play baseball.
we had a coach or a pitching coach that was in charge of keeping everything legit for baseball. And in fact, if he ever made me mad, I got to taunt him as part of my character because he's also the actor that plays the Dodger pitcher later on in the film.
Oh, no kidding.
So that's Tim Stoddard. He was an actual Cub, and he also was on the 1983 Orioles. So that's his ring at the end of the movie.
Okay.
I actually know Tim Stoddard. We went to school together. She and I went to the band banquet together in junior high.
She and I.
Yeah, Tim Stoddard.
Tim's
Tim's
daughter.
daughter.
Tim's daughter.
No,
There
not
he is.
Tim's daughter. Tim's daughter.
I do not like that
Bad
joke
though. I like that.
at all.
There he is.
No,
all night
I'm here
long.
all night.
No,
like-
sir.
I'm here all night, guys.
Ba-dum-bum.
Okay, I have one question
all right,
about.
go.
I've got a question. Is there a specific reason that you are the only little league player in jeans?
Yes, because it represents that Henry has a single mom.
Yep.
And they don't have enough money to afford the uniform.
I
Yeah.
figured it was something like that, or that's what I figured.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
well,
little
that's-
league experience was exactly the opposite. I had all
had a
of
skirt.
I wore a dress.
You wore a dress, a
Yeah,
baseball.
not that there's anything wrong with that. Go ahead, Tom.
Yes.
Hey, I no, but obviously, yes, that's a really good question. When I was playing baseball in 1958 as a little leaguer, we all wore jeans, and those were the same jeans we wore to school the next day. So we would compare grass stains.
I actually have a story about these jeans in particular.
These jeans, they sleep when it's cold outside.
These jeans are made of these.
Okay, go ahead, buddy.
Well,
Sorry.
my story's not that good.
Okay.
But later on in the film, they're also the same jeans that Henry wears to fix the boat and work on the boat motor.
Right.
So they would put these grease stains on them. Mm-hmm. So in order to match the continuity, they could not wash them. And there was a prank played on set where I ended up throwing a whipped cream pie in the lead makeup artist's face.
So you got dairy.
And so his retaliation was emptying a can of whipped cream in my jeans.
Oh, man.
That they couldn't wash.
Man.
Those jeans smelled so bad, and they could walk on their own. I remember wearing them 2 weeks after that incident, and it was putrid. So I look at those jeans on screen, and I can still smell them.
That's worse than Chris Burney leaving a chocolate milk in the van. You know, and then on a summer's day and we don't tour again for a month. It's just the worst. A couple more questions for you. When you're on the set like that, it's a bunch of kids, like the playground thing. Do you know a lot of those kids? Are they kids that you went to school with, that you like met in acting school, that kids that you were up against in auditions? And I wonder sometimes if in a movie, like the kid who was also up for your role would be in that, you know, like, hey, throw the real guy the ball now, you know, kind of thing.
I mean, maybe they could have auditioned for it, but we were shooting this in Chicago.
Oh,
and
right.
They were hiring all local kids.
Different kids, yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't even really know Robert Gorman or Patrick LeBrec, who were playing my two best friends from the audition circuit. But I certainly knew a lot of the other kids, like some of the guys that were in The Sandlot. We worked in Radio Flyer together.
Right.
So, and I would see a bunch of them, but there weren't any on this set.
And what an uplifting movie that was.
The Sandlot?
Radio Flyer.
Also written by David Mickey Evans, same writer for both films.
Let's talk a little bit about Gary Busey. I feel like your relationship with Gary Busey couldn't have happened at a better time.
Why is that, Jared?
Well, I feel like had this movie happened about 10 years later, maybe he wouldn't have been quite the pitcher that he was in this.
You know, there wasn't much difference between Gary Busey in this film and Gary Busey 10 years later, just what you're seeing on screen.
Right.
Often, like, especially as a parent, you know this as well as I do, that kids have a lot of energy.
Sure.
I was 12.
Right.
Gary Busey's energy surpassed me tenfold.
Was he just always on?
Kinetic ball of energy.
Was he, at this time in his life, was it happy energy? Was it...
I mean, it was just frenetic, kinetic.
And we don't need to get into like what provided the energy, because now parents, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Red Bull. No, wait, that didn't exist. Go ahead, Casey.
Was there a rumor of like an atomic wedgie?
There's not a rumor. There's a truth to that one.
A Gary Busey atomic wedgie?
Yeah, he would just have you just be in a fun, kinetic mood. I remember we were standing in line for lunch at New Comiskey Park, and he was behind me, and he was like, "We should cut to the front." I'm like, "No." We're gonna stand
really
behind
good
here. Because the crew worked just as hard as we did, if not harder.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Wow, let me show you what we're doing." And he grabbed me by my underwear and he picked me up and he carried me to the front of the line.
Unbelievable. So was he playful with you? I mean, and all seriousness,
you could call that playful.
No, but I mean, like, did it make the acting easier for your relationship with him or whatever to actually be able to sit there by him and be like, I find you endearing?
I didn't really get to spend that much time with the cast because when I was working, it was like, we're there to rehearse and shoot the scene. And then when I was done, I was back to the classroom.
Sure. But what I mean is, you guys are sitting there in the dugout. They're setting up the camera.
But I wouldn't be there for the setup. I'd be in the classroom.
Oh, and they just bring you in when you're ready.
Yeah, because I would sometimes do the schoolwork like in 20-minute increments.
Yeah.
And it was 10 to 15 minutes just to walk back to the parking lot.
Wow.
In cleats, along the hallways. I'd get in the school and they'd be like, "Oh, we got to pull you back to work."
You guys weren't golf cart budget. You didn't have a golf cart.
Couldn't really fit the golf cart because the way the stadium is, it's still...
Right.
I mean, they've changed it a little bit, but there wasn't really an exit for that.
It's like, we do this sound check thing, and sometimes I just don't even go. I just tell them I'm in class,
Doing schoolwork.
getting
Getting your GED.
And most of the time they buy it. I'm going to be honest. Let's get back to the movie. Here we are again. You guys having fun? Everybody having a good time? All right. Let's start again. Rookie of the Year, ladies and gentlemen. You did it. Your first game. Got the win.
August 11th, 1993.
So we were talking a little bit during this scene, and you were saying that you guys got the time to film this in between a doubleheader.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Wow.
So we hadn't really even started principal photography yet. We were just a couple weeks away. We were just in pre-production, but we had this amazing opportunity to go out in between a doubleheader on September 19th, 1992, Cubs versus Cardinals. And there was basically like one shot. Well, first I'll say there's 35,000 fans in the stands.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And it was a golden opportunity for the film because the rest of the time we just had unpaid extras that would come. There would be 100, 300, 500, or maybe 5,000 at most if there wasn't a Bears game. So 35,000 people was a big opportunity for the film to get shots with the main characters and that many people. So I did two takes of walking from the bullpen to the mound for Henry's first at bat, and they're doing these 360 Steadicam shots around me, and I am not acting. I am
You're
nervous.
just nervous.
Oh yeah, and so Danny gets out on the mic and he's like, "Hey, Chicago, we're making this movie."
Danny is Daniel Stern, the
Yes.
director. Yeah, go ahead.
And so he's like, "We're making this movie. This kid, 12-year-old, is going to pitch for the Chicago Cubs, and the Cubs in this movie are going to win the World Series." And the Chicago Cubs fans went absolutely nuts.
For all you kids, did you guys recognize that guy from the movie Home Alone? As the guy that steps on the nail on the stairs and all that stuff?
Marv,
Yeah, Marv from...
one of the Wet Bandits.
Now, he's the director of this film, and you think very highly of him, right?
I do
he
think
treated
very
you
highly
very
of him,
great,
yeah.
and he became a, very successful actor, director.
Yes. And,
Yeah. And you call him Danny.
And I do. And he's obviously very zany as the role of Brickma.
Right.
We just watched him choke on some sunflower seeds.
How was that, though, watching him direct and act? Did you at least get a chance to see that? Would he have to do his scene and then go watch it? Or just do it a few times?
I don't know what he was doing as far as playback was concerned. I just know that Danny, there were moments that were pretty stressful for him.
Sure.
And that character, I think, was his like stress relief. Is how I saw it as a
Sure,
kid.
get it out of the system. Kind of
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Because he never was upset at me.
Right.
But I always felt like he was never upset at me because he got that character.
You know, I've since we started this show many years ago, I have been trying to figure out what a trope is. And Eric, can you answer this? Is Jack Retfield
Bradfield?
that guy, like the dressed up dude that's dating the mom that wants to exploit the child? Is he a trope?
Yeah, that's a trope. That's
Yeah!
a character trope for sure. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
have
very
done
much.
it. You have finally done
I
it.
appreciate it.
First time-
I think I understand what a trope is.
No. You got this right, but
Right.
I wouldn't go as far to say that you understand it.
I
'Cause
still
the
have
next
no
time
idea.
it comes up,
do you know what a trope is, Tom?
I don't.
I
But
think there's
but I am
another.
gonna-
There's another one in this movie, and I'm going to wait and see if you get it.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this though. Outside of, and we all know, we've all seen the film before, right? I'm assuming.
Yes, of course we
So,
have.
outside of Henry's mom punching Jack Bradfield,
Right.
he also gets his comeuppance in the first season of The Ozarks.
Right. Oh, that's right.
Right out the window.
Right out the window. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Wow. Now, kids, you guys don't know about that.
Amy,
'cause
did you
y'all
not
don't watch
realize
show.
that? See,
As
there's
far
so
as
many great
Ozark
actors
is
in this.
concerned, kids, you can drink the water but not watch the show. All right.
I wouldn't do either.
No. There's the brand Ozark water. It's delicious. It's like
From The Ozarks?
Ozarka. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's not
he's
from The
drinking it right now.
Ozarks. You would not want to drink water
Listen,
from the Ozarks.
guys, I sometimes leave letters off of things. I might be dyslexic, but I'm still human. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue on now with the movie. And Thomas, so
Yes.
great to have you here, man.
Glad to be here.
All right, let's roll.
This kid can do it all.
Oh, man. Mom's okay, everybody. She's okay. Oh, boy, I don't know. I can't control any of that. Guys, we're at about the 7th inning stretch.
Take me out to the ball
Everybody.
game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, 'cause it's root for the Cubbies. They
Yeah, I don't know.
don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hey, let's get some runs.
Good job, buddy. Good
Been
job.
doing that for the Cubbies
For-
for 14 years.
Yeah, every year, right?
Every year since 2008.
That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
know you probably didn't appreciate me singing root for the Cubbies, but,
Right.
you know.
What do we have any Cubs fans here? There we go. Any,
Yes, we do.
Any Rangers fans here tonight? How many Prosper Braves fans do we have here tonight?
How about any Rough Rider fans? I'll be throwing out the first pitch for them on August 7th.
That's right. That is my
Yeah.
wife's birthday, by the way. And we will not be there because I will be in Las Vegas rocking. But Amy will be there, and she will root for the home team.
It'll be Amy and Henry, pit, zing, gur.
What have you guys noticed though that like in this whatever year this was? What was the year of this movie again?
Well, we shot it in 92. It was released July 7th, 1993.
Apparently, the pictures that they got to play the role looks like the guy. He's like the only guy in town that can fix your car. You know, like it's.
Wait, are you
and
talking
that
about
is-
the picture I'm making fun of?
Yeah.
That's not
the
Tim's
coach.
daughter, but Tim Stoddard.
Oh, that's Tim's daughter. Yeah. Now, did I tell you I knew her? Now, I didn't tell you about in my sophomore year. But man, you just had to have had so much fun doing this.
I
as
did have a
kid.
good time.
Yeah, man. Guys, anything before we continue on? We have two more clips, so it's not like your last chance.
I have a very random but short question. Do you still have the glove?
I wish I had the glove.
Oh, you didn't get to keep it?
You know, they had one.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when there's doubles of something, you can get away with like, oh, I lost that prop.
Whoops. Right.
But Peter, the prop master, would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah.
What about
So what happens to it then?
Well, they're renting it from a prop house, and they return it after the film.
what about the Sports Illustrated cover with you on it?
I have
Ooh.
I mean, it was never really a true one. It's just
My brother got one of those at
a
Six
print.
Flags one year.
I have a copy of it.
Yeah.
We-
Did they
What?
let you keep one of the jerseys that you wore at least?
No, the home jersey went to
Oh, my
Planet
goodness.
Hollywood in Chicago, and the away jersey went to Planet Hollywood in LA, which shut down, and I don't know where it turned up.
Man,
We
my
gotta track that
goodness.
down.
Yeah.
But no one would believe me anyway because it just has the number 1 on the back.
Right.
So every year when I throw out the first pitch for the Cubs,
Right.
they print me a legit Rowan Gardner jersey.
Do you get to keep that every year?
I keep that, but then I usually auction them off to raise money for charity every year.
All right. Well, that's very nice of you to do. That is, guys, that applause has gotten too loud. Y'all have to calm down. Seriously.
I do get reissues printed of the Rowan Gardner jersey, which I take with me to different events. They're part of my merchandise.
Don't
so to
forget,
speak.
after tonight's movie, Thomas will be inside in the dressing room, which is actually the billiards room here.
It's air conditioned.
And it's air conditioning, and he will be in there available to sell you photos and
bobbleheads, baseball
sign
cards,
signed
vinyls from Bowling
from
for Soup
1999.
and me for 1999.
Right, and don't forget, he is not your Gary Busey boy. Let's continue on with the movie. Rookie of the Year, Thomas Ian Nicholas, everybody. Thomas, Jesus, Dusty, what the F? Man, what a fantastic movie. Wait, I'm talking to Thomas. Stop paying attention to Eric.
Sorry, I was showing Eric a photo of Amy Morton from 4 years ago.
Yeah, who's
when
Amy Morton?
Who, the actress that played my mom.
Right.
Who's now on Chicago PD. She lives in Chicago.
Okay.
We threw out the first pitch sort of together.
Right.
4 years ago.
Got it.
So he was curious what Amy Morton looked like now, because back then he was like, oh, she's kind of cute.
As you look
she's still
back,
cute.
as you look back on this experience or whatever, how long were you there? It was like 3 months.
I was in Chicago for 3 months.
Yeah.
I was on Wrigley Field for 1 month.
Okay.
Of the 3.
Very cool. Man.
54. Sorry, I worked 54 shooting days out of 55 5-day weeks.
Right. Good for you, man.
It's a lot of days
That is a lot of days.
for a 12-year-old.
For a 12-year-old. But you spent most of the time in school, right?
Only 3 hours a day in school and 6 hours a day of filming. Half-hour break for lunch.
Right.
Half-hour break for fun.
Wedgies.
That was that lunch. That was part of lunch.
Right. Well, I do want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to come and meet you. But my goodness, what a great movie, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having Rookie of the Year be a part of Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
As you do these Comic-Cons and stuff, you know, you're finding that even Sean here to my left, let me ask him real quick. Sean, how big of a deal was this to you, you know, as a kid or whatever?
Well, it's pretty great.
And you really liked it?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
And did it mean a lot?
Yeah, I didn't play baseball, but I liked the movie.
So yeah,
Should we
even
have
to
Gary
Sean.
Busey ask Sean a question?
Hold on, let me see.
Gary Busey just want to know if Sean, I just want to know what you think about that.
I guess it was pretty good. Yeah.
Man, what a fantastic time. I want to let you go. We've kept you long enough. You're going to go, and he's available for photos, autographs, all of those things right inside. And Thomas, man, what a great night we've had.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
There I am holding up my 1983 World Series Orioles ring.
Did you get to keep that?
That's Tim's daughter's ring.
Oh, my God. You know, did I tell you about the time in our freshman year in college, me and Tim's daughter, we just had the best night out. And
Did you know she played for the 83 Baltimore Orioles?
now that was different. That was a different one of Tim's daughters. That was daughter number 3. I like them young. And then later I ended up with their mom. But Thomas,
Tim's daughter's mom.
what is
got
good
it
going on? Tell us everything that's going on with you. There's a bunch.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm heading actually to Rochester on Thursday, playing a show out there with a band, and then throwing out the first pitch for the Rochester Red Wings.
Right.
And then I got a lot of events, you know, every weekend. You never know which Bowling for Soup show
that you're going to
I'm
show
gonna
up
show
at.
up at to sing 1999.
That's right. Now, and then you will be at our own Rough Riders.
I will be on August 7th. In fact,
My wife's birthday.
prior to that, I've got tickets for sale tonight to come see me at 3 Links on Thursday, August 4th.
Right, and
so
that
you
is-
can save the sales tax.
That's
if
a
you
full
buy 'em tonight.
band show. So
That's
if
a
you're
full
not
band show.
if you're not planning to already be here at Lava Cantina, and you'd like to go down to Dallas to see you can buy those tickets tonight.
If you like to go to Deep Dallas, Deep Ellum.
Deep Ellum. That's right. Thank you for doing this,
man.
Eric. What did you think about this movie?
So I had to look this up because this movie.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no, I love Gary Busey, and this was before he had.
Sorry, bud. Go ahead.
Excuse you.
It was before he had all the teeth. I had not seen this. I had to look it up because this came out in 1993. So I was in 10th grade. Like you, actually, you were in 70th grade.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. I was actually working on my 3rd degree
Yeah.
black belt.
So I didn't see this as a kid. I watched it on Sunday night so I could be somewhat prepared to be here. And
Wait. Sunday night was the first time you ever saw it?
yes, I had
For real?
never in my life seen this film.
I mean, not even when Disney Plus first launched in 2020, and on the home screen was Rookie of the Year.
When
No.
Disney
You weren't
Plus,
even tempted to be like, I know that guy. I should watch. Wait, we didn't meet then.
Let me tell you a little bit about my
Nope,
house.
you guys didn't get to meet.
With a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old and a 13-year-old.
All prime ages to see the movie.
What I want to watch on Disney Plus doesn't matter at all. It's all
100%.
freaking Moana and the Toy Story
That's right.
7.
So what did
whatever
you
it is.
think about the movie?
No, I
Eric?
thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I did try to get the kids to watch it with me, and they noped out.
Well, you know what? It won't be long.
You and I have had this conversation before, and I was talking to Thomas about it earlier.
Yep.
There's a pacing to movies that come out now for kids.
Sure.
And it's quick cuts every 7 seconds, and it's got to be, everything's high energy and everything's crazy. So
Yeah.
trying to get today's kids these days, to
Right.
sit down and watch a movie like
It's
that
tough.
is a little
It's actually
difficult.
tough to get them to watch Goonies or.
I
but
wanted them to watch
sometimes they find
Flight
that
of the
retro-esque.
Navigator,
Yeah.
and
Oh my god.
Then they listened to the podcast and they were like,
man.
no, we're not going to watch that piece of crap.
Now,
See, this is where, I feel lucky that my son was into all these things. I showed him Rookie of the Year. He's seen Flight of the Navigator, Goonies, Back to the Future, though he did have a lot of questions. I showed it to him when he was 8. It was a little, the time travel thing
That's
was a
too
little
much.
beyond.
Yeah.
But, we just had a lot of conversations about it, then he understood it.
Sure.
To a degree.
well, maybe your kid is more advanced. I don't know.
That's not a nice thing to say about Eric's kids.
The thing is this is a great movie. My child enjoyed it way more than he enjoyed the Goonies. Casey, what did you think about this movie?
Well, because I wasn't born in 1954, this is so nostalgic for me. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies growing up. I was so excited to have you on.
Casey has entered the building.
I was so excited to have you on the American Pie episode of this because of this movie. I wasn't old enough to watch American Pie whenever
I was
it
going
came
to say
out.
you were 8 when American Pie
No,
came out.
I didn't watch American Pie until I was an adult. This is what I knew you from. This is why it was exciting.
Yeah.
Our child loves this movie. The entire team that you just met.
That's right. All the Braves. Some of it is
Who went home because of bedtime.
Right.
All got
Yeah.
in trouble for yelling, pitcher's got a big butt
That
in the
did happen.
dugout this
Yeah.
last season. And that was highlight moment in my life. So yeah, I love this movie. It's great. It's nostalgic. It's a classic. It was amazing. I have nothing but good things to say about this movie. It makes me happy.
Yeah, it really does. Amy, we have done such a good job, you and I,
Thank you.
of keeping it
PG.
family friendly.
Yeah. Maybe even G. Do we go that far?
No, because it said HE double hockey
All right.
6 in the intro, and then I did a few suggested jokes.
All right.
And you held your tongue.
the basis of Gary Busey's energy.
Well,
I have a couple in my
you
pocket,
know.
my joke. Casey
But
hates it so much.
your kids love this movie. They loved it before we even knew who Thomas was, right?
Way before, yes.
Yeah.
I've loved this movie since it came out.
So much so that you named Henry after my character?
I think that it's not my grandpa. I think it might have been this
It
movie.
could be.
Actually, when my oldest was watching this with me, I think he was about 6. He had started playing baseball, loved it, and he said, "Mom, I want to be a pitcher because Henry." And now he's a great pitcher. Thank you.
An insanely great picture.
Yeah, he is great.
He's very good, but overall, I love the movie. I loved watching it as an adult because I thought things that were funny, like Jack and his car situation. I never realized that was the thing until watching it as an adult. It's the best thing ever. I love it so much.
Now,
Great job.
I too, as a kid, wanted to be a pitcher, and that's why I have gained so much weight. I just want to be able to bust through a wall and be like, "Hey, Kool-Aid!"
Yeah.
That was a self-deprecating fat joke, guys. That's what it was. Sorry, I need to recognize my audience better.
Does he say "Hey Kool-Aid" or does he say? He says.
Oh yeah! They say "Hey Kool-Aid." Did I mess it up?
Yep.
You said
I
"Hey
did.
Kool-Aid."
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm taking it on the chin, man.
Don't
You
take
know?
it on the chin.
I'm
Gross.
taking it.
You don't
on
deserve that.
I'll take it on the spout. I know. All right. Well, Thomas, you are one of my favorite humans in the world. I appreciate you so very much.
Right back at you.
Everybody, the song 1999 is out everywhere. Where else can people find you?
It's on every streaming site. In fact,
The song is.
The
but-
song is.
Yeah.
It's on every streaming platform. But also, you and I and the rest of the Bowling for Soup guys released a fun first verse, first chorus video that we shot in Kentucky.
That's right.
On our TikTok and on our Instagram, which is a lot of fun. If you don't want to hear the whole song, but you want to watch us be silly, you can see it there.
You can see it right there. Thomas, thank you very much. Guys, what a great night it's been. Give it up for us, everybody.
Jam, jam, red goes to the movie.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Love you, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
I wish we had the end music, but we don't, so we'll just end with this.